Suddenlink, in partnership with Dave Campbell's Texas Football, believe in great connectivity and supporting each community it serves. And that's why we've teamed up for the third consecutive year to present the Dave Campbell's Community Connector School Program presented by Suddenlink. This fall, 15 schools will be spotlighted. And at the end of the season, communities will rally the vote for their school to be named the Community Connection School of the Year and a chance to receive a $2,500 donation thanks to the support of Suddenlink. Today, we are proud to spotlight our Community Connection School of the Week, Rouse High School, and the recipient of our Community Connector Award, Charlie Rouse. Charlie has been selected to receive this nomination for all of his hard work, dedication, and service to the Rouse community. Joining us to celebrate Charlie, we have the superintendent of Leander ISD, Dr. Bruce Gehring. We have the principal of Rouse High School, Dr. Tanya Thompson. District athletic coordinator for Leander ISD, Jonathan Lamb. We have the head football coach and athletic coordinator for the Rouse Raiders, Joshua Mann. And joining us on behalf of Suddenlink is Regional Vice President Mike Petty and Market Engagement Specialist Kurt Allison. Charlie, tell us a little bit about what your reaction was when you found out you were selected to receive the Community Connector Award. And tell us a little bit about your history there at Rouse High School.
Well, it was a big surprise to me. I just, go along to get along, I guess, and I didn't think it was anything special for the things I've been doing. I've been supporting Rouse High School since the first day it opened, as well as LISD, Leander. I have that in my blood and my bones. To support this district and this high school. I've seen this school district come a long ways over the years. I didn't really understand what the award was about when I first heard about it, but it is a good award. I've read some of it across the state. I think it's been very good for Suddenlink to do this. It does make a difference, I think, because of the importance of extracurricular activities, and especially athletics. I think that our athletic programs are very, very important to the school district. This is a place where students learn things that they really can't learn in the classroom. And of course, athletics would be a classroom now, but we're behind the power curve, I think, in helping students during this time of pandemic. And I hate that word, but it's real, and we have to face it. It's changed a lot of things, and we have to be very. I think we have to be on our toes to keep things rolling while this thing's going on. It's very difficult for the administrators and coaches to do that, but I was surprised. That's the question I guess you could have. I don't want to ramble along.
No, you're good. And Coach Mann, when I reached out to you to get a nomination, Charlie was one of the first names to come to your mind. And obviously, he's a tremendous community leader. Otherwise, they wouldn't have named a high school after him. But tell us a little bit about Charlie and his impact there at Rouse High School, and why you believe he's most deserving of the Community Connector Award in this recognition.
Well, it's really his servant heart and his humbleness in the process he does it. I mean, you wouldn't really know that he has a school named after him about the way he approaches his day-to-day and the way he serves our community, whether it's helping out in our coaches' outreach, Bible studies, to on campus, just greeting kids. He's at every theater, choir, athletic performance. You can catch him in the halls, on the first day of school, shaking kids' hands as they're walking through the doors. He's at all of our, anytime we're doing a community service project, he's usually first on site helping out. And then just his leadership, how he serves communities. I mean, if there's a situation that requires an extra hand, you're not going to beat Mr. Rouse there at it. And it's just that servitude and what he brings to the table that keeps us, humble, keeps us driven. And, those kids really look up to him as being an elder in our community. And it's really easy to remind yourself every day you got to get up and go to work, because if you don't, Mr. Rouse is probably going to beat you there, and you better be ready to go anyway. So he's been just a superior mentor, not to myself, but his community and to the school.
Coach Lamb, I was talking with Jeremy Belo yesterday, and he was sharing with me. He's like, Charlie comes to every event. It's not just football; he comes to everything. And tell us a little bit about what Charlie means to the Rouse community, and why is it so important to have leaders like Charlie volunteering to support your students and programs each and every year?
You know, I first heard the legend of Mr. Rouse when I was coaching at Leander High, and what a great principal he was and everything that he did during his time there. And once I moved to the district office, I had the opportunity to meet him and really get to know him. I don't think there's a stranger when you're around Mr. Rouse. He's always got a smile on his face, willing to talk and listen to every coach, student, community member. And for us and our coaches, it's such an important to have that vast amount of knowledge on leadership, and he's always willing to share it. He's always willing to mentor our coaches, and same thing, supportive of our kids. And it's everything. It's every game, every event. You'll see Mr. Rouse, not just Mr. It's the whole family. And so how he connects our extracurricular and our schools to that community is amazing. And he has the ability to turn a good day into a great one with one interaction and one conversation.
Now, working for Dave Campbell's Texas Football, we get to cover a lot of great high school football across the state, but it's not without our partners like Suddenlink, who are committed to recognizing the community efforts of folks like Charlie, that we get the opportunity to do a recognition like this. And this is year 3 of our partnership with Suddenlink. We started in 2019 honoring 5 schools, honored 10 in 2020, and this year we get the opportunity to spotlight 15 schools. Mike, I want to start with you. Tell us why it was so important for Suddenlink to partner with Dave Campbell's Texas Football to spotlight Texas high school communities, and how special is it for you to see a school like Rouse, a community in which you guys serve each and every day, receive recognition like this?
You bet, Rob. Thanks for coordinating all of this. It's important to us. We love our communities and like to do things in and around our communities. We support the customers that we have by investing in their communities. And so we're proud to be able to have this as our 3rd year and growing at 5 and then 10 and 15, and hopefully we'll do 20 next year. This is such a fun as well as a rewarding experience for those communities, as well as the people like Mr. Rouse. Mr. Rouse, you are loved, and you can tell that by the people on this phone, and you know the mentoring and the high bar that you set is part of the character and the culture that you've established there. And so I loved seeing that. I'll back you, win or tie, which means you expect people to do well and strive with excellence, and that you're there for them at whatever place they are. So whether that's in the classroom or on the field or in the theater. So we love it. And so I'm proud to be able to be a part of this, and congratulations, Mr. Rouse.
And Kurt, I'll ask you that same question. You know, you've been my boots on the ground, helping me go out and recognize folks like Charlie across the state. How special is it for you to see him and Rouse High School be spotlighted with this recognition, and see a community in which you guys serve each and every day receive recognition like this?
You know, it's very important to us. It's important to us as a company. It's important to, obviously, my counterpart here, my boss, Mr. Petty. And it's very important to me to lift up people like you, Mr. Rouse, because you obviously have poured your heart, your soul, your own words where you bleed, you know, that Leander Rouse High School. And to see how you pour into students, whether they're in the athletics, whether they're in the band, whether they're in whatever they're doing at that school, you're a part of it, and that builds value in them. And that's a big part of the legacy that you are, and the legacy and the namesake of that high school. And for us to play just one small part in just lifting that up to the community and to the state through Dave Campbell Texas Football, and to be able to say, look at what's happening here in Leander, and look what's happening with Mr. Rouse and the legacy that he's built at the school and how he invests himself in these students. For us to be just a small part of that is a win-win. It's a huge win for us. And you're a perfect example of someone that we want to lift up, and we want to bring attention from all over the state to, because you invest in those kids. And that's the legacy that we love to hear in our school districts. We love to hear in your school, and we're proud to be a part of. And doing that through an organization like Dave Campbell Football that has such large recognition. You know, we've been hearing about Dave Campbell Football since before I was in high school. And we've always wanted to be a part of that, and how much it means to our high school athletic programs. And being able to partner with them to bring you the well-deserved recognition is an awesome win-win. And thank you for all that you do.
Dr. Gearing, what does it mean to you to have partners like Suddenlink who are committed to recognizing the community efforts from folks like Charlie, not only there at Rouse High School, but across Texas?
Thank you. You know, it's incredible to have business partners who combine to celebrate the real achievements of not only our schools, but of the strong individuals who support our schools, like Charlie Rouse. You know, Leander ISD is all about continual improvement, and Charlie Rouse is absolutely the embodiment and model of that process. He holds people accountable. He's a tough guy. He holds us to high standards, and we love that every day. And it's so great to have him in the background supporting us. So thanks to Suddenlink for supporting all of these efforts, and Dave Campbell's Football. Thank you, guys.
And Dr. Thompson, that same question to you. You know, how special it for you to see somebody like Charlie receive recognition like this, and what does it mean to you to have partners like Suddenlink who are committed to recognizing those efforts there at Rouse High School and also across the state of Texas?
Well, it means the world to us to have Suddenlink supporting us and recognizing folks such as Mr. Charlie Rouse. He is so loved here. He's loved by students and staff members and community members. I am in awe of the times that I do get to spend with Mr. Rouse and we're out in public, be it when I'm riding with him on the golf cart, when he's the grand marshal of the homecoming parade. So many people love him and hold him dear to their heart. And often I feel like we can't get out of the gym or the football team because he's constantly shaking hands. I'm in awe of how many people he does know and how much love they pour out to him, and he pours it right back into them. And so I'm new to my role as a principal here at Rouse High School, though I've known Mr. Rouse since 2012 when I was an AP here at Rouse. But being new to this role, he's been such a blessing to me. He and I meet regularly. We have coffee. He texts me lovely things. Sometimes I'm like, how did he know I needed that today? That either that Bible verse or that those kind words. So he's just a very special person, and we're so happy to partner with Suddenlink and have this support. Community is everything, and he's been showing me the ropes and letting me learn more about the community, and I can't tell you how much I just appreciate him and love him.
Well, Mr. Rouse, it is clear that you are loved and appreciated there at Rouse High School and in the community. I'm going to give you the final words. Do you have any final words for Mike and Kurt and the team at Suddenlink?
Well, it's kind of overwhelming that this is happening. I just go about my business and try to set a high bar for everybody in their life. I think it's very important that we don't slip off and lose ground. This district has been through a whole lot. This school's been through a whole lot. And instead of looking behind us, we need to look ahead and to strive to do our best and be excellent in every aspect of it.
Well, Mr. Rouse, on behalf of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and Suddenlink, congratulations again to Rouse High School for being named our Community Connection School of the Week, and to Mr. Rouse for receiving the Community Connector Award. In honor of this recognition, Suddenlink will be making a $250 donation back to the Rouse Raiders program in your name. Rouse High School is now one of 15 schools in the running for the Community Connection School of the Year Award and a chance to receive a $2,500 donation for their school. Voting will take place at the end of the year on texasfootball.com. And Raiders fans, it will be up to you to rally the vote and lift Rouse High School to the top. Thank you again to Dr. Gearing, Dr. Thompson, Coach Lamb, and Coach Mann for joining us to recognize Mr. Rouse. And last but not least, thank you to Mike, Kurt, and the team at Suddenlink for your support of the Community Connector School program.